Or to the cloud. There we go. There we go. We're going to get started here in just a second. So, Amy, what's going on in your world? We just talked a little bit before. People are excited about what's going on here at MyResClub, taking the industry by storm. That's for sure.
No question about it. You know, one thing that occurred to me, you're not going to see this on Amazon in a month.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
Right?
Hey,
A very powerful point.
Yeah, we're going to get started here in just a second. Just some, kind of like some chit chat. What I love about, and we haven't officially started, so just kind of listen in. I love the fact that there's no training involved. I don't need to teach Ernest how to put, sunblock on, or how to sit on the beaches of the world and get a tan and have a pina colada and float around in a lazy river and bungee jump and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of all that. That's kind of what travel is. So it's exciting time. So I'm going to give about 30 seconds, and then we're going to get started here because people are coming into the call as we speak. And we will get started here momentarily. All right. I love these calls starting off with only 15 people. And then by the end of the month, we'll be at, we'll be up, these things tend to get pretty big pretty quick. So I love these calls because you can be intimate and get to know everybody, especially during the build. So I tell you what, it's 2 minutes after. I'm going to get started here. And again, my name is Peter Jensen, and welcome to this call. I'm going to have you off here in 20 minutes, 25 minutes or less. And I'm going to really do my best to talk to you tonight. Normally, I'm a screamer when it comes to like being enthusiastic, but I was thinking about today after I spoke to Dr. Amy about how I really want to tell the story tonight. So we're going to go over our front end website. We're going to peek into our back office. We're going to talk about what we're doing here. Because if anyone knows anything about network marketing, there was a company called YTB back in 2003 to 2011 that we arguably had the best run in the last 25 years, if not in the history of the industry, really, with the millionaires that were created. 14 families literally were millionaire income earners. And when I say that, I'm talking about like residual income on a monthly basis, not bonuses and things like that. Like we're making $1 million a year on residual income, and that's very hard to do. And we did that in travel. And so again, my name is Peter Jensen, and I was a big part of that. I was the #1 money earner in that company. And did I do my part? Yeah, I did my part. I showed up and I worked my butt off, but I was a part of a great team. I was a part of a movement. I was part of great ownership and leadership, and to be a part and be back into travel right now at this point in my career, it's exciting. But I want you to understand something, that since our success at YTB, obviously being successful at YTB, every travel company in the world calls us. Anyone that was successful in YTB, we get called. And we have seen travel, I hate to say this word, but regurgitated over the last, since 2011. I've had more people come up to me with travel deals on how to do this, how to do that. And it hasn't been sexy anymore. And travel is the sexiest industry in the world. And then we were kind of just chit-chatting before that, I don't need to teach people how to lay on a beach. I don't need to teach people to want to go away with their families. I don't need to teach people they just know how to do it. And what do we do when we travel? We tell everyone about it. We tell about the experience. We tell about the restaurants we went to, the Eiffel Tower. Then we went to, the Grand Canyon. We went, now you can go to space. And so things have changed since 2003. People are going to space. That's kind of cool. And so, travel it's the largest industry in the world, and quite frankly, it deserves a title that it's the sexiest product on the planet. It really is. It's fun. It's exciting, and people don't have to die to use it or to go on it. And you guys know what I'm talking about. And product-based company, of which I own one, I'm literally running over here because travel is alive and well. And so when MyResClub popped up on the radar, what was the thing that got me excited? I'm going to talk to you about MyResClub in a second, but really, again, saying and sharing the story about hearing everything about travel being regurgitated, something had to really jump out at me. And what was it? Well, I'm going to tell you right now what was it, or what it was, I should say. That when I was introduced to Craig Williamson, I'm going to talk about shortly, who's the owner of MyResClub and also the founder of ResClub, our parent company, huge, the largest investment vacation resort home company in the world right now. It's going to blow you away about what you're about to hear and learn about. And so what's happened here is that when I was told about what the travel program was, and I'm going to talk about the pathway and what the travel program means to you and what it's going to mean to your pathway to ownership in our vacation resort properties around the world, by using travel as the conduit, as the creation or the pathway to do that. as well as the humanitarian effort that's going on behind the scenes, and we're going to talk about that as well. So travel. So when I found out about MyResClub was offering to its members, that's you on the phone, and to your family and friends, they don't even have to join the business. Now check this out. When they go to book travel, let's talk about you first. When you go to book travel, and so this is the website you're going to get. This is going to be your website that you're going to join up tonight. You're going to get, it's going to be, ernest.myresclub.com. Ernest, you have a site like this. You're involved with us. You're going to have this is a site you're going to send people to join up, and they're going to join as a travel affiliate. They're going to come in for a low price, $199. The price point is perfect because you have a way with our comp plan to get 3 people, earn your money back, just $20 shy on your money back, and then your $19.50 a month for 2 websites. 2 websites is waived. Your business is now for free. And so you're going to get this beautiful website where you can sign people up. If you click here on your website, you're going to be able to launch the compensation plan, which is there. It's an entirety. Again, this is all optional. I'm not here to train you tonight here, just give you a peek of what's going on. Our compensation plan is huge. I want you to just stare at the screen for 20% of the 50%, and I'm going to kind of click out of the screen for a second and go back to the main page. So what got me excited about travel? So Amy, as you know, and as I told you and Theo, Dr. Theo, is that when it was presented to me that I could go and buy travel from myself, like from myself as a travel affiliate. Okay, this is as a travel affiliate. Okay, we're going to show you a way you can buy it from yourself and not even be a part of our program if you just don't want to make money building the team, but you want to just make money on your travel. So I would go into my back office, my portal. I would do just like this. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it. I would log into my back office, and then here, where's my back office? There's my back office, and then just like everyone here, you would be able to get into your affiliates and how you get paid in a second. But you're going to click on this banner. It's going to say with up to 50% cash back, and I'm going to be able to log into my travel portal. This is all live that I'm doing right now, taking a big chance with technology. And look at this back office. This is your booking engine. This is where you can go all over the world. Disneyland, Walt Disney, SeaWorld. You can see all the things that are going on all over the world that you can get involved in. And so what happens is that you're able to purchase travel and go anywhere you want. So I kind of and then you can go. I mean, look at this stuff. It's literally, it's crazy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick travel. I'm gonna search a deal right now live with you guys on the phone, and we are filling up over 29 people. And so let me go back to this one. So I'm gonna put Las Vegas because that's where everyone likes to go. And we did this, Dr. Amy, with you and Theo. I'm going to pick random dates. So I'm going to go on July 28th. I'm going to stay through August 3rd. And I can't see the screen because all of there you go. Let's see here. All right. And so I booked the dates. I want to go July 28th through the August 3rd. Going to be and this is searching live. And so what I love about this is that it's through Access Development. Access Development is one of the largest, if not the largest. I think it's the largest actually travel aggregator in the world. They're the pipeline to Expedia, Travelocity hotels, and they give them their inventory. So let's look at a couple. Encore Hotel, everyone's familiar with that. The Waldorf, the Cosmo. I mean, look at the WHIM, the Westgate. Everyone's on there. So I'm going to stay. I would probably stay at the WHIM because I like to gamble outside. They have the tables right near the pool. It's really fun. And so if I was to stay at the WHIM, I'd pay $219 a night. Now that's amazing. But for that stay from when I was going to stay there from the July 28th through the 3rd of August, I would pay $219 a month. But see, under that $219 a month, there's $206 in cash back. This is where I got excited. This is when the light went on, because when I booked this travel, I'm not only going to get one of the best rates out there, but I'm also going to receive $206 back on my credit card that I just used. Listen to me, track with me. Back on my credit card that I just used, $206 within 3 to 5 business days. And it's not gimmicky. It's not like miles and rewards that I'll never be able to use, or I'll have to accumulate 1 million miles on my American Express card and I can get a golf club for 1 million miles, right? I mean, that's the cheesy stuff. That's what travel normally is. This, Ernest, as you know, you get $206 back on the credit card, even if your vacation's a year from now. And when people book from you, this is the best part. They book from you, they get the best rates out there. These are just your friends and family that you're going to send your website to. I'm going to tell you all about that in a second. they get the best rate, and they also get 50% up to 50% savings on their the cash back on their savings. So, Amy, if I went to your website and I booked this particular trip to Vegas, I stayed at the Wynn Hotel from the dates that I put in there. I paid $219 a month. I received $200 cash back, $206 cash back. So we're gonna call it $200 just for actually I can do the math. $206 back. So, Amy, I made that back on my credit card within 3 to 5 business days, which is awesome. No one's ever done that before. But you, because I booked it on your site, okay, you're going to make 20% of what I made on the so you're going to make 20% of the $206. So you're going to pick up, what is that, 20% is 41.20, right around there. So 41, you're going to make $41 cash. You're going to get your cash into your account in your back office. If I book this today, which the dates I put in, I get the money back in 3 to 5 days. You're going to get your money. We get paid. They get ResClub. My ResClub gets paid at the end of the month, and then we pay out August 15th. So you would get paid August 15th, the second week of the month of the following month. Does that make sense? So let me give you a scenario. So at YTB, so when you come into the company, you're going to get 2 websites. You're going to get one that, like I said, ernest.myresclub.com. That's the website that you're going to build a team of travel affiliates for $199, get 3 units free, and pay $19.50 a month, but that's wave 2. Okay. You're also going to get a secondary site, which is travelmyresclub.com/Ernest. So Ernest, you're going to send that site out to people, to your church, to your work, to your people that you work with, school with, church with, that want to book travel from you because they know you and love you. They're going to get the best rates, and they're going to make up to a 50% cash back on their own purchases. You're going to make 20% of whatever they made on their 50%. So if someone someone got $100 back, you made 20. Someone gets 200, you made 40. Someone gets 500, you made 100. But maybe you have multiple people booking at the same time, which is happening now. Now, I use YTB as an analogy because the only way you can predict the future, right, is by your past. The biggest predictor of the future is your past. So we had tremendous success at YTB. As a matter of fact, we had 11 customers to every one distributor. From my position down, 10-0-10647, we had 700,000 people come in through our organization from 2003 to 2011. We had 11-to-1 ratio. Do the math. So it's like 11. It's almost 10 million, whatever it is, customers. We did over $3 billion in travel. And here's what happened. We didn't pay out in the upline. See, not only do you make money on the cash backing, but we're also going to get a travel commission that's paid back to MyResClub that's paid up 7 levels. So this is getting better and better and better. And now as a travel affiliate, I can write this off 100%. I can now take my cash back because the biggest thing that Craig Williams is going to teach us, and he's written 4 books on it. The book, the one I want you to read, it's in your back office. Check this out. Is that you're able to now get your money back. See, everyone saves up there for their vacation, says, $10,000, $15,000 a year to take their family on a vacation. They blow through their whole savings. They spend everything they have on their vacation, and they have zero to show for it except for the digital photographs and the memories. But now you can get your cash back, and now we're going to show you a way to take that money and invest it into your future, because in your back office, as I said, you have not only the booking engine, but now you have the ability to do this, and this is really neat. See, in our back office, we also have a portal. See, ResClub is our parent company, and we have all the bells and whistles in the back office. You can track your customers, your travel affiliates, your earnings. We pay weekly. Everything in the system by Thursday night midnight gets paid the following Friday. And so we have people that are not only earning cash back already, we have people that are booking travel, we have people that are signing up, we have people that are investing in our properties. Now, ResClub is our parent company, and ResClub is a story within a story. Our founder, Craig Williamson, founded it. His partner, Alfred Best, is a billionaire out of the UK. Google these people. You will be blown away by what you see and read. And they have established an unbelievable program called ResClub. ResClub is, like I said, the largest vacation resort investment home company in the world. And so when you're involved with us, this is what you get to do. So you get to invest in their properties, invest in your properties, become a part of ResClub, our parent company. It always reminds me of the movie Fight Club, Ernest. Fight Club, rule number 1 about Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club. Rule number one about MyResClub and ResClub, tell everybody. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it all the time. And so if you look at all of these properties that exist, and folks, you can earn up to an 18% guaranteed return on your money. Guaranteed. And so why, and Craig's on this line. I think he just came on. I might pull him in a minute. He wasn't scheduled to be on, but there's over 30 people. Our first call, we had 2 the other day, which is great. So it's always good to see the growth. And so as you look, so I made my first investment into a property. So if you haven't already figured it out, what's going on here, just so I can translate it for you, we're using travel, the largest industry in the world, the sexiest product on the planet, to show you a way how to have people buy travel from you. You can make money by building a team of affiliates, team of travel affiliates, where you can build and override all the sales in the organization, all the travel sales, or you can simply send people a website that they can book for free. I mean, it doesn't cost them anything to book for them. They buy their travel from you. You're making 20% of their 50% back, building a nest egg to take that money that you've earned in MyResClub and then put it into an investment over here at ResClub, our parent company. Folks, this is the first time in the history of network. I've been doing it for 30 years where we actually have a beginning, a middle, and an end game. We have a place to start. As a matter of fact, the $200 that's going to cost to join tonight, the $199, it's going to be deposited into your wealth account, your prosperity account, of which you're going to have in your back office. That's your first $200, Ernest, and your first $200, Dr. Amy, towards your first investment. So I came in, I paid the $199. Guess what? I just made my first investment on Friday. I invested in this property right here. I'm going to prove it to you. Watch this. So when you go in your back office, this is all live. This is the same back office you're going to have. And so I wanted to invest in the UK property because this is the property that Alfie Best owns. And you get invested, you get earned 18% fixed return on investment in Worcester, UK. So I invested, okay, and I have an account. I'm going to log in and just to show you how this is how cool this thing is. It tells you all about the property, the galleries, the pictures. Tells you about how you're going to make your money, the $5,000 minimum investment. It goes down. There's the documentation that I had to send in, all the stuff. I mean, the use of proceeds. This is really cool. They even tell you where the money's going to go, and it's guaranteed. So that $5,000 that I put in, I'm going to get 4 dividend payments over the course of the next 4 quarters. And at the end of the 4th quarter, I'll be contacted. Either I can get my $5,000 back plus my last dividend payment, or I can roll my investment into the next investment in 12 months. So now I can take that 5,000 and roll it again and start to double my money. And then the whole goal here is to have ownership in a vacation resort of your choice all over the world. And because of our relationship with Access Development, the largest travel aggregator in the world, we have over 1 million locations that you and your families can reciprocate and stay, almost like a timeshare situation, but you will have ownership in your, I know it's going over a lot of people's heads because it's intense, but it is up and running. And I'm telling you, I'm so excited. I can't even see straight to be back in travel and have the ability to not only, have the ability to make so much money with travel. It is the most unobtrusive conversation to have with everyone. It's going to go like this. Hey, Ernest, hey, listen, you and I play golf together. We play pickleball together. We whatever we do together. You listen, I just started my own online travel agency. Listen, if the prices are as good or better on the internet or from me, can you buy a travel from me? That's it. Of course, of course. Plus, Ernest, I'm going to do you a favor. If you book for me, I'm going to get you 50% cash back, up to 50% cash on your savings back to your credit card within 3 to 5 business days. Ernest is in, right? I mean, because we're buddies. At YTB, I got to tell you that this was our pitch. Hey, Dr. Amy, if the price is kind of near it or even comparable on the cruise ship, on the rental car, and the hotel, would you consider buying from me? We weren't the cheapest, and it was a little bit different, a little bit different battle cry. So we're really excited about that we're able to do this. And so you get this. I think I don't even think. And so if you look at this, let me just say right here. So this property, we're raising 1.4 million. We've already raised 898,000, which 5,000 of that's mine. That's kind of cool. And now 61% of the fund is already funded. And now I have a real investment. I have a global investment. I'm part of the ResClub family. And I will tell you this: the pathway was only $200. And Dr. Amy, without revealing any friends or names, you have someone in your organization who's investing this week in her first property. We have another person that has $20,000 that he's putting into some investments this weekend, this week coming up. So we're starting to move because it's just absolutely the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire network marketing career. The ability to teach people to travel from themselves, get their vacations for free as you're able to make money doing that. Teach others to do the same. Buy from you, get 50% cash back. You override them by 20%. Build a team. Roll your money into investment properties with guaranteed return on investment. And so when you put this combination together, it's literally the perfect storm. And I can't even tell you how proud I am to be a part of what's going on here with the company, because we're going to be changing lives. And Craig Williamson, our founder, he is also a humanitarian. His biggest thing over in Costa Rica, where he's lived and has a home there, he's building a monster home, and you can actually own a piece of his home too. I'm going to be his roommate, I think. And he's feeding he's feeding families over there in schools. And so I'm going to find, if I can see, let me see if I can find Craig. I'm going to stop sharing for a second and see if I can find the guy, the man in the myth. Is Craig? Craig, can you raise your hand? I can't find you. I think you're on. There you are, buddy. All right. Well, guys, we did not schedule Craig Williamson to be on the phone tonight, but you'll appreciate this, everybody. Craig, this is his first time in the network marketing industry, so he's intrigued by it. He's never been a part of it. So to be on the call tonight, Craig, this is funny because on Saturday we had a little pop-up call. We had 2 people, right? Now look at us, we're at 30. This is how these things tend to grow. But Craig, first of all, welcome to the call. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity that you've given not only all of us here in the USA, but across the globe, across the planet, across the globe, because we are a global opportunity. But Craig, if you could speak to somebody or speak to all of us exactly how you came up with the ResClub and what's going on, the opportunity that exists.
Well, thanks for bringing me in. I'm going to try to get into as many of these as I can. Like I said, I get an opportunity to talk to investors every day, blended in with all the attorneys and developers and banks and everybody else that I have to talk to. Some of the most boring conversations are typically with municipalities. But anyway, this is a fun part for me because I'm talking to people who, I think we're going to make some big impacts. The way this all started was that I've been in the business of vacation club and vacation rental, the 2 sides. One is the Airbnb and VRBO side, and the other one is like timeshare and fractional and vacation club. Most of those timeshare and fractional vacation clubs do in fact take their homes and their units and they put them into a rental program and earn income from it when the members aren't using it. None of them pass through income to those members. And being in both of those industries for as long as I have, I just saw an opportunity to create something that's a little more fair. Typically in these vacation clubs, if you don't use it, you lose it. It's more of an emotional purchase. It does force you to take vacation, which is great, but there's no logic to it. It's not building an income. It's not creating passive income. And the most important part is it's not building any wealth. You've got an expense every single year that every family has that, you save up all year long. And in June or July, you take your trip to Disney and you blow it all. You get great pictures and wonderful fun with your family, but you come away from that. Now we have to save for Christmas because we've spent literally all of our savings. That is a cycle that happens in families every single year. I grew up with it. So what I wanted to do was create an ecosystem where people could, because I saw, my background is financial engineering and financial modeling. And what I saw was that there is a potential for this. So we modeled it out so that the same dollars that a family is using every year for their vacation, they could be investing, still taking the vacation and investing. With my background in both sides of the vacation, as a developer and financer of projects, I could kind of pull all the pieces together and create a model where they could do that. Take their vacations, receive a return on investment. And then at the same time, there's ways of of investing in the front end on the purchase and on the development of projects, where they can earn very high rates, which you and I, is, when I grew up, my family wasn't, we didn't see investments like that. We saw bank interest of 3 to 5%. We didn't see 18% returns and 20% returns that the construction lenders, the guys with all the money, got to see. With technology and with everything coming online and crowdfunding and all the changes in the SEC, now I can actually, as some others have, we can democratize any investment we want. We can democratize. I've eliminated the need for any construction or bridge lender, any of those predatory guys, because we give that opportunity to individual investors at a $5,000 minimum. They can now, with $5,000, earn what the guys who invest 10, 20, 50, $100 million. And it's a 1-year investment. As you said, you've got a real good grasp of this now, PJ, and explain it very, very well, because it takes a little bit for people to sometimes to get it. But once they see it and understand that it's completely transparent, there's no concerns. So at any rate, we added on that piece, that crowdfunding piece, put everything into a Reg D 506C, which is a securities type of security regulated by the SEC. Nobody else was willing to do that. We did it, created the product, put it online, and it's just been fantastic the last 2 years. The people who have 5,000 up to 200,000 who invest, that's great, but that wasn't the end game. The end game was, I wanted to find a way to provide this path to an actual ownership of a vacation home. These vacation homes make $100,000, $200,000 a year passive, after all expenses, after the management fees. So I wanted to provide a pathway where anybody could do that. And the way to do that was to create this travel club and bring people in through it. And then the extension to that, when I thought, how do I bring even more? And how do I give people the opportunity to create themselves as an investor? If they don't have $5,000, how can they do that? It's tough to do it through savings and cashback, although you can. How do we accelerate that? And the way that was mentioned to me was through multi-level marketing. And we happened to run into, through research, with luck. We researched and found the right software company. That company then, because I knew nothing about this industry, I'm learning quickly. But that software company introduced us to PJ and his team. And I have seen, amazing things happen with this just already. This is in an industry that I come from, in real estate, where everything's a slow mover. They're very profitable, and you create great big, wealth, and you create big projects, and you do all these things. It's still a very slow mover. This has become a very fast mover for me. So it's a little bit new in that respect, and I'm shocked by how quickly it moves. So what we want to do now we have the opportunity for someone to go from $200, literally from $200, with a guided pathway through the first investment, high rates of return in that first investment, and then aggregate that all the way into actual ownership of their very own vacation home. Could be in Orlando, could be anywhere. And at the same time, they can take weeks in that home that they own, and they can trade it in for usage in over 1 million locations.
Yeah, Craig, let's go. I want to pick your brain, because yesterday we were on a phone call with a good friend of ours, Mike, and we were on the call, and you really distinctively laid out the pathway. So obviously, listen, we all know people that can come in and stroke a check, and they can get involved and start right away with investing. They don't need to be a part of the network. They can come in, and if you refer them to ResClub, you make a 5% referral fee. So you can do the math. If it's if it's a $5,000, you pick up, what is that, $375 or whatever the number is, $250, and then you can go all the way up to the $500,000 and beyond. But Craig, what was really cool yesterday, and Bill Hoffman, who was on the call as well, and I think it was actually with Jack Johnson, this call about the pathway though for someone. Again, you talked about the $200 pathway. So we'll be MyResClub. Our mantra is MyResClub, the pathway to ownership. And so that pathway, let's talk about the evolution of the 200 into the 5,000 as you roll it and as you get bigger, and the end goal, folks. Again, we have a mentor here, so we can teach you how to be wildly successful and build a network marketing team. Now we have a person who can teach us, and this is in his book, one of his books, about to have and drive a $10 million portfolio that you own as a family, a hard asset, real estate around the world. So Craig, let's talk about getting into the $200, the pathway into MyResClub, which is the startup fee, the ability to get it, for free within bringing in 3 people. But let's talk about that pathway from 200 to ownership.
So, so you take a person who has a lot of drive and ambition and ability to, they've got that chip on their shoulder where they're not happy with where they are financially and they want a better life and they want to do all these things. Where do they get that? There's a lot of ways to do it, but where's a guided path? And that's what I wanted to have created here. The way that they can come in on this, and I preach this to everybody that, including my 15-year-old daughter, is that you need to craft yourself a financial model. Happens to be my expertise, but look, a financial model can be as simple as saying, where do I want to be in 5 years? What do I want to own in 5 years? Okay, I want to own this $500,000 vacation home that I can use for 2 months out of the year, and it will yield me $140,000 in net income. That's what I want. That's where I want to be. And now you got to say, how long do I want to take to get there, right? So you take that 5 years and you say, if you want to be there in 5 years, you want to actually buy that thing, then you just backward model this and say, what are the steps to get there? How many people do I have to have under me? How much travel do I have to have done? And you map it out. And right. You just, it's my dad used to say, how do you eat an elephant, right? Okay, you eat it one bite at a time, right? So you plan the bite you're going to take out of that elephant each day, literally, to get there. You go in with the $200, you smoke it out. For me, I'm all or nothing. When I decide to do something, I scorch the earth with it. So you go in there and you do that. But before you get started, you need to plan this. You need to sit down and plan what I need to do each day. Then it's not a crisis. Then it's not a fire drill every day. It's literally You're flicking off the plan. You get in there, you get your first $5,000. And if you don't want to put your first $5,000 in, then make your goal $10,000. And take the cash out of 5 and put 5 into the investment. That investment's going to yield you 15%. Very, very high rate of return. You're not going to see it anywhere else. So, and that's cash back into your account every quarter. So you can continue to do those and kind of cherry pick the deals you want. You can spread them out, or you can concentrate on one. And then once you have 50,000 aggregated, and you know what your path is, and you know where your income is going, then you can take that and aggregate all of that and literally drop it onto a property, a pre-purchased 10 to 15% discounted, one of the projects that we're developing. And look, we take the very, very, very best of everything we look at. So all of the due diligence that I do, and I teach in the book about due diligence and institutionalizing your due diligence on how to purchase, we do that with with every project we have. So when you invest in one of these, that's what you're getting. So that's the end game. So you want to be prepared to be able to aggregate at the end of that time period, whether it's 5 years or whatever it is, to be able to drop that 50,000 on it, tie it up under contract, and then we have sources of financing, individual financing. All they're going to do is look at the last 2 years of income, and you're going to finance the thing.
Yeah, what I liked about yesterday was that we talked about the pathway, and then I like what you said. You said something that I don't know if anyone just heard that. With the 15% and 18%, I chose 18% of the money that I put up in the UK project. Obviously, it's a bigger yield, but you can't have the general population does not have access to this. They don't. It's just, you don't have it in any bank, any normal banking institution. It just doesn't exist. And so, in closing, I made a commitment to keep this call short tonight, but when you're on the line, we always have to pick your brain. I mean, to be able to be mentored into the next level of all our lives. Talk to us about your partner, Alfie Best, the billionaire out of the UK, and how excited you are about what we're doing with Alfie.
Alfie Best is the story. You know, he was raised in a trailer, and he had exactly what we're talking about. He had the chip on his shoulder, and he went out and bought his first holiday. They call them holiday parks. They're these small little communities that people either use them for vacation homes. Some people live there. They're literally small little resort parks. And he went and ended up working in one as a custodian, and then put together a financial model. That's why we get along so well. He's a modeler just like I am. Put together a model on how he would buy it. A year later, he bought it, and then he bought a second and a third and a fifth and a 10th and a 20th. He has 97 of them now. He is called the Gypsy Billionaire in the UK. He owns 2 soccer teams, his own gin label. Now he's bought a ticketing system that's for events that we're going to combine with the access piece. And he's coming to do more projects here. He's got, he's my partner. What he did was he saw what I was doing about a year and a half ago. And I met him literally when he was looking at a project I was doing in Orlando. He was looking at one of the homes. It's a $3.5 million home in Orlando. He comes over once a year. He was going to use it for about a month. And that's how I met him. And I laid my model out to him on what I was doing. And he said, let's keep talking about it. Eventually, about 2 months later, he took a big step. He put a $50 million bond on our balance sheet. He put a $5.5 million operating line of credit. He backstopped with a firm commitment of 30% of every real estate purchase that the company makes.
Let's talk about that. Actually, what does that actually mean?
Here's what that means: is that we never, in these investments that are 15 to 18%, we never leverage over 20% of a property with that. So your investment in for SAPI, for instance, that piece is only 20% of that entire investment.
Correct.
So we never leverage 150% and somebody loses out if the worst thing happens. So we're always only leveraging with that high yield, that bridge money, your $5,000. We're never going over 20% of the total value of that property with that. What Alfie did was say, look, that's great, but let's belt and suspender this. Let's make it so that if anything goes wrong, I'm a land purchaser. He's a land purchaser. He loves land. He loves property. If anything goes wrong, I'll just come in and take 30%. Whatever your lender will not do, I'll take the rest of it.
Wow.
And leave it in the project. So makes everybody whole, pays off everybody's 15% or 18%, and guarantees the project.
Well, if you haven't fallen in love with Craig yet, you're going to fall in love with him right now. Let's talk about real quick, because it's near and dear to all of our hearts, especially with Dr. Amy and her team and the humanitarian efforts that you're putting forward in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, I happen to sit on, or I was the founding member of the Green Building Council. I started my own foundation there, and one of the things that I found when I was running a project there was that, a lot of the areas where these families live are very poor, and the kids are going to a school where some kids don't have any food at home. The reason they're going to the school is to eat, because the schools that are supposed to have a lunch program. Many of them are about 20% or 30% of the kids, they run out of food before they eat. So we went to 55 different schools in the area, created a program where we fund the schools. We're feeding the kids. Right now we're feeding 2,200 kids. And we're coming in behind that in the first quarter of next year with a solar program that will leave more money on the table for them to buy food, and a plant to plate program where the school actually grows its own food. So in those countries like that, you can do that. It's very difficult to do it in places where there's a lot of bureaucracy. But we went right to the Ministry of Education. They signed an agreement with us that we could just reach out directly to the school. And, I go to school, I go there every month, and I go to a school every month, and they have a big assembly. It's not what we do it for, but literally every kid in these schools is being fed every day.
Yeah, it's amazing. You sent me the video when we met almost 60 days ago. You had gone to, you were at actually we met, and then you had to go to jump on a plane to Costa Rica, and then you sent the videos of that assembly. It was quite moving. And so Craig, thanks so much for joining us on the phone call.
My
Folks,
pleasure.
you're going to learn more from Craig Williamson. If you go in your back office, there's a book. Craig, how much is that? Real quick, the book in the back office on Amazon. If you can, unmute yourself.
I mean, the hard copy is 49.
Yeah.
There's about 2 years of research and about 25 years of experience built into that book. I wrote it in a course of about 11 months. My dad always said, if you think you know something, write 100 pages on it. I got to about 50, and I realized I need to do a lot of research, and I was in the middle of that industry. So there's a whole lot of cutting edge information in it, stuff you can't find, and things that you can find, but it'll take you a long time to do it. So 49 for the hard copy, 29 for the ebook. We've got it all placed also into an e-course, and we're going to be releasing that probably in another month.
Yeah. So what we're trying to say is when you join tonight, you're going to go in your back office. You're going to have your travel portal. You're going to have the access to all the investments worldwide with ResClub, our parent company, and you're going to have access to Craig's book. It's on Amazon. We're teaching people how they can now take their vacations, turn it into a wealth vacation, a wealthcation. And, I will tell you this, in all my years of doing what I've done in this industry and I've been mentored by, I know I can do this. I know I can teach people on this phone call in my sleep, how to build organizations over 100,000 plus. I know I can teach you how to make tens of millions of dollars because I've done it. Can I do what Craig Williamson can do for you? No, I can't, because I've never done it. I've never built a real estate empire. So I'm learning. I made my first investment on Friday. I led the charge. I'm going to lead the charge on these calls. I'm going to help you build a team of travel affiliates on a global basis like there's never been before, because we have something that has never been done before. We have cash back. We have the ability to take our money. And when I met with Craig, what we didn't want to do, he didn't want to create a pathway where, and for all you people living in the digital world and the cryptocurrency and all the stuff that's out there, where you can look at this, you can look at your wallet and your phone and go, man, I have $1 million, but I can't touch it. I'm in this deal, I got 200,000, but I can't touch it. Well, Craig decided, and it was great, because that was one of the things where I was like, I love this guy, is because he could have created it where the money that you're making and the cash back that you're saving has to accumulate, and then you have to save it and accumulate it over to the investment side. It's your money. He said, it's your money. It's their money. They've worked hard for it. So if you need to pull money out and pay groceries, get gas, do whatever you got to do, it's your money. But he is going to train us. He's already got me doing it, because you've got to have a different mindset. It's like the elephant, take one bite at a time. You got to start saving that money. So you might have $2,500 from your efforts of building over here at MyResClub of travel affiliates. Think about it. You can go out and with the comp plan, you bring in 10 people, you make $60, right? That's $600. $60 per person. That's $600. That's your first six. You have $200 for joining up in your account right now. It's $800 already towards your investment. So you can start to marry your different economic needs. But what I love, we've created an ecosystem inside of MyResClub, under the umbrella of ResClub, where all we have to do is keep the money internally, keep rolling it over, and the ability to use the word guarantee, the ability to use the word investment in network marketing I've never been able to say it. I've never been able to be a part of it without someone saying, you can't say that, da, 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 da. But to have a company that's backed, we're SEC compliant, we're registered. Craig spent a ton of money on all that stuff. So you talk about something that's never been done before, and we're going to do something that's never been done before. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the time where you need to get back to the person who got you on this phone call. Get signed up tonight. Just sign up. It's $199. You get your 2 websites. You can start sending people out. Anyone that comes in tonight and sends out, you get 5 customers, we're going to load $2,500, free customers, $2,500 into your bank account. So that means if you come in tonight and you send out your link and ask 5 people just to become customers for free, they just create an account, we're going to put you $25 plus the $200 that you get in your account for joining towards your first investment with ResClub. So I want to say thank you to Craig Williamson. Thank you everyone for joining us on the phone call. We're going to announce, I think Tuesday, we're going to have another call. I'll send it out in the text blast, and then we'll get onto a scheduled routine program here, but it's moving quick. This is what they call in real estate, they call it a land grab. In network marketing, they call it a land grab. You need to get back to your friends and your family, and let's go, let's go, let's go. Have a great evening, everybody.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sometimes things heal, you can take a break. And move like a ghost face. I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy I'm alone.